It is early in the morning on Tuesday, and I feel like doing some landing challenges, specifically involving some of the more simpler aircraft in the game because I certainly have not flown an Airbus, certainly not the Dreamliner, and I'm going to stay away from the CJ4 after the mishap in New York. And I actually don't know what this one is. Oh, that's the Beechcraft, okay. Maybe that one's doable for me where I'm at right now. I don't really know. This one probably is. I might give that one a go after I try this one in Chile, and I think that's the Toronto one might be the same plane. No, that's a different plane. That one might be doable. I might give that one a go. But let's start here with the Cessna 172. Landing at this airport in Chile. Very mountainous, apparently. Never been there. Let's give it a go. Okay, so a headwind. That's good. Looks like the key to this one is going to be staying low, but not so low that I skim the treetops. We'll see. I'm going to start branching out now. The last few flights that I've done have been on the east coast of the U.S., which is, you know, I've been flying over areas that I'm most familiar with. I did a pretty long flight the other day with my pal Goran from Budapest to his hometown in Serbia. I was going to post that, but the audio is actually totally unusable, so that won't be going up, unfortunately. But very flat out there. Hungary and Serbia, very, very flat terrain. So I'm looking for something mountainous, which this appears to be. Let's see if I can bring the aircraft down. I made some minor adjustments to the visual settings to try to get a few more frames out of this game. We'll see if it has any impact. Can I not pause during this? Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. I was going to active pause so I can get familiar with the controls here, but I guess I won't be doing that. I got some time. I'll take another shot if I have to. And I will most likely have to. Throttle control. Okay. Now where might the flaps be? In this one. There's the trim. Up here somewhere? Okay, so they put it on the wheel here, or the yoke. Wait, no, that's trim. What am I looking for again? Flaps, that's what I'm looking for, not trim. Parking brake. Right here, flaps, okay. Yeah, it was obscured by the other yoke. Okay. What am I working with here? Approach is actually decent. I haven't even made any adjustments, but I'm coming up on it. We need to adjust the trim a little bit. Much lower. I'm gonna give it full flaps now. This is a really nice airport. I like this. This would be super awesome to fly into. I'm probably going way too fast. What's my airspeed right now? Oh yeah, I'm I am cruising into this strip here. Oh, it talks to me. to come up a little short so I can have more time to flare. Oh, boy. I might overshoot this. Way past where I should have brought it down. Yeah, that ain't great. I'm gonna give that another run. Definitely giving that another run. Landing precision 1 point, yeah. That seems about right. 65,000th in the world. Do I get a retry button? I hope so. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now that I'm familiar with the controls, I'll just bring it in much lower this time. The actual approach itself seems easy enough. So I think when I get to this bend right here, this kind of final corner, I'll cut the throttle completely and try to get myself down to 70 knots. That's what the graph seemed to show. That's the strip right there. Yeah, okay. I'll have to take a trip through here sometime. I want to explore this area. This is really cool. Alright, so I'll start to dial back here a little bit. Interesting that they put the flaps all the way over here behind the other yoke. That seems like it'd be kind of a pain to try to get to. So I really want to come down right at the edge of the strip there. I don't want to overshoot it. Go ahead and kill the throttle. It should get me there. Yeah, that's going to get me there. Let's try not to come up too short. I'm also not lined up very well. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. I love it. A little bit of a slight bounce there. Let's see what that gets me. That's a little better. Moved up about 45,000 spots in the leaderboard. 1 million points. Wow. So the landing precision, I was not really on the center line very well. Other than that, like the other ones, I did fairly well on. Yeah, let's give it one more go. Why not? We're already here. Okay. So the point of emphasis on this one is going to be staying as close to the center line as possible. I think I'm turning a little too early when I come around the final corner here. So I'll make it just a little bit wider. That was a good time to start hitting buttons. Garmin, interesting. Okay. Dial it back a little bit. Let's line it up. Go full flaps. It's bumpy. That's a very bumpy approach. May have been a little too late on the throttle. Yeah, we're coming in a little speedy. Little speedy. See if I can bring it down early though. Wasn't great. That wasn't great. Came in too fast. Way off the center line. Oh, I actually did better. Okay. So my precision was better. The ground roll was worse. Smoothness was better too. Moved up to 14,000. Should I give it one more go? Let's give it one more go. So on the graph here, it looks like they're actually lower in altitude than I've been on that final turn. So we'll try going just a little bit lower. Yeah, that's decent right there. So far, with the visuals turned down a little bit, like it still looks really nice. Yeah. Okay. So I like the altitude that I'm at. Just gotta make sure I don't come up too short. Hit the grass there. Because I'm sure that would disqualify me pretty quickly. May have been too late on that throttle. Yeah, I'm going 90 knots right now. Oh, I'm not even at full flaps either. Alright, there goes my airspeed. Oh, don't come up short. Don't come up too short. I think this is going to be a good one. If I can just get the runway. Yes. That might be my best one yet. Let's see what the score says. Yeah, maybe not. I got over 1 million. Landing precision was still way off, but... yeah, I think I'm okay with that. I'm going to restart it and grab the thumbnail, and we'll get to the next one. Alright, I grabbed my thumbnail, and now we're going to jump into Nice. It seems fairly standard. It's one of the most spectacular landing sites in the world. Aligned with runway 22 right. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the what the challenge with this one will be, but I guess it's just keeping the plane level and bringing it down smoothly. Seems like a really cool approach, though. I like that it follows the coastline. Touchdown center. So I wonder if that mark is where you're supposed to stop the plane, then? The mark that I've been seeing on the runway, the blue square. Yeah, landing smoothness. Touchdown point to target center. Oh, no, that is actually where they want me to touch down. Okay. Weird, because in that last one, I didn't have any trouble bringing it down a lot sooner than that, so... I don't know, on this run, I'll try to actually hit the target then. Alright, we have finally loaded into France, and I am yawning like crazy. It probably looks like I am crying right now. But, if this goes well, there will be no cause for tears at the end of this run. As soon as I familiarize myself with the aircraft. Propeller RPM, okay. Throttle. Okay, it's one of those, got it. Where are my flaps? I guess it's just... flaps up. Landing. We'll start in the neutral, or I guess it's not neutral, the halfway position. Seems like a pretty decent plane. I'm kind of into it. I'm not into my speed though. This needs to come back big time. 29 or 22 rather. Should be this one. It's got to be. Trim feels fine. Yeah. It's not as off course as it was in the last landing challenge. Put that up. Or down, rather. For landing.
500.
Keep just a little bit of throttle still. I don't want to bring this down into the water if I can avoid it. I don't know why it's chirping at me, but... Not a huge fan of how this is looking. I can no longer see the runway. Oh, oh. Oh. Okay, runway. It would also help when doing a landing in an aircraft to deploy the landing gear. Alright, the load times for this one are pretty long, so hopefully I can nail it on this run because I don't want to keep doing I don't want to keep loading into this one because it has been taking a little while. I haven't really checked out the scenery yet. Yeah, I might try to bump some of the settings back up. Okay, I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Oh, landing gear. That would be good to find where the landing gear is. Oh, man. Let me gear up. Okay. There we go. Alright, we solved the critical issue with the last run. That's good. So now, all I need to do is just bring it in there. That's it. Okay, that's looking okay. Landing flaps. Start to break myself in the air here. I'm gonna sit up a little bit. I don't normally do that, but it's really hard to see out of the front of this plane where that target's gonna be. Not super happy with that. I might do another go. Yeah, it still felt like I was coming down super quick. Landing precision was also way off. I guess the target must have been a lot further down the runway. Let's give it another go. And try not to... I don't think I need to touch down as soon as I have been. And just do that right now before I forget. It's a nice looking aircraft. Okay. This is looking a little bit better than the last couple of runs.
500.
I think I see the target now. Yeah, is that it right there? probably it, right? Yeah, that's the target. Okay, let's see if I can get right on it. I'm gonna cheat and go into exterior. Maybe not. That kind of threw me off. You know what my problem there was? Dropping like a rock out of the sky. Yeah, I know what I did there. That was my worst one yet. So I came in a little bit higher, which was good, but I was too high because by the time I cut the throttle and put the flaps down, it kind of just dropped me right out of the sky. That's cool though. I'm gonna go back to the menu just because it's taking me like 5 minutes to load into each one of those attempts, and I'm gonna be here all morning otherwise. Okay. So those are the famous ones. Now we can try some of the epic ones. So I know I can fly this. Is this the CJ4? No, that's another Beechcraft. I can probably do that one. I could probably do that one. And I gotta try Lukla at least once. I've already done this one. I did that landing challenge. It's like the, you know, the one on the main menu, whatever it's called, current live event. So I tried that one. It's a different plane, but I got fairly decent at that. I'm gonna go ahead and skip it though, since I've already done it. And I'll try the French Antilles with the TBM 930 in the Caribbean. Ends directly on the beach. Wow. Obscured behind a hill that forces pilots into an extremely steep descent if they want to land. Well, I want to land, so I have to do it. That descent I had on that last attempt in Nice was pretty steep, so 110, 95, 85. Runway 10. Okay. I've not flown over the ocean a single time in this game yet, and I have water waves set to low, I think, so I'm curious to see how this looks. This should be cool though. I've wanted to fly over some islands as part of my branching out effort to start exploring the world in this game. That was much quicker than Nice. By a long shot. Ooh, that's rough. That's really rough. Let's see what I can do. Yeah, that water doesn't look too bad. Alright, it's a slightly different setup here. Throttle, flaps, landing gear, and trim. Okay. That ain't bad at all. Where is the runway though? It's right behind that hill, so I'll start. It seemed like in the graph that they followed this course, sorta. So just stay over top the rocks here. This runway is going to catch me by surprise. I'm not going to be able to see it until I'm right on top of it. Gear unsafe. Does that mean it's still extending? Yeah, okay. Throttle, landing flaps. Alright, I'm starting to see it now. Yeah. Let's kill the throttle and see if that'll... Ooh, reverse. I don't want reverse. I want zero. Oh, this is gonna be a little intense. This is gonna be really intense. I'm going pretty fast. I might have it though. Oh, I'm going so fast. Overshot the target by a lot. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, landing precision way off. Other two though, pretty good. I'm gonna give that another go. That was fun. Now that I'm familiar with the plane, I can focus more on the approach. Okay, so you go around the right side of that first rock, and then you stay to the right of the second pairing there. And I should be at about 85 knots when I cross that pairing. The elevation is the tricky part, because sometimes I feel like they want me to be at a speed that is much slower than what I would think, given how far away I am from the landing strip still. I like this plane though. I might fly this. It's super nice. It's really interesting going from the Cessna 152 that feels very much like an old used car to something like this. Like this feels like luxury. It's pretty awesome. Okay, I need to be significantly slower. Maybe about 100 knots slower.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Okay, so I'm a little bit over the speed I want it to be at. But I think I can make it work as long as I don't come up short. I'm going to throttle up just a little bit more, because I'm a little worried about hitting the treetops. I also don't think I'm totally lined up where I'm supposed to be. Okay. Sit up a little bit. Let's kill the throttle and oh no. The approach that they have me take on the graph does not leave me lined up for that runway at all, so I'm going to stay to the left of the rocks this time, because I wasn't even close on that one. Yeah, it's very misleading because I stayed to the left, but the runway itself goes this way. So, what was that? Oh, I had the cockpit loaded in. So I'm not sure why they want me to go that way exactly, but I'm going to stay to the left this time. And in theory, I should be much better positioned to take this approach. Yeah, so this feels a lot better. The question is, can I hit the target? This plane brakes pretty well in the air, so if I have to cut the speed at the last possible moment, I might be able to actually pull it off. Yeah, this approach is way, way better. Let's go to 0. Landing gears down. Flaps are good. Yeah, I'm going to be coming in a little bit hot. But I think I'll be able to hit the target. Oh, it is bumpy. It's a little bit bumpy. A little bit nosedivey. A little bit missing the target again. A little bit missing the landing strip completely. So I need to kill the throttle sooner. And basically, instead of going like nose down into the landing strip, I really need to just drop the plane right on the treetops. Right in that little hill that comes down. I think I can get it on this one and give it one more run. Okay. All right, that's perfect. Stay to the left again. So I'm going to try to cut the throttle as soon as I hit land. Don't pitch down too much here. So I just need to float it down. Rather than pitching it down, float it down. It's very windy once you hit the land here. It just rocks the plane around left and right. Okay, throttle is 0, flaps are good. Still coming in a little hot, but I might be able to touch it down on the target. Yeah, it's just that final few feet there I just can't get. Man. Still a little too quick. One more run. I think I can get it this time. The challenge really is trying to get the throttle down enough that you can just float the plane onto the target, but not so much that you crash into that hill. Because of course I don't want to just nosedive into the runway. That's not my preferred way to land, certainly. This trim needs to relax, man. Holy cow. Let go of the yoke and it just goes nose up. Okay. Landing gear, flaps, yep. Yeah, see, I'm still a little quick. I'm above 80 knots right now. Kill it. Let's see if I can just skim it right over the top. Just skim it. Just skim the trees. There we go. Line it up. I'm gonna just skim the road there and see if I can bring this thing down onto the target. Yeah, there's a bounce. That's not gonna be a good score. I think the float down was a little nice, even though it definitely would have killed anyone that was on the road there. But I got the float that I was looking for to some degree at least. I'm happy with it. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so what we've got next is Indonesia. I've not flown this plane yet, but I think I might be able to. It doesn't look too crazy. Precipitously steep, sloped, and short runway. I think this is the one that has you basically crashing into the mountain. Cool. That sounds right up my alley. Wow. Yeah. Just swing the whole thing right around. Hopefully they start me far enough away that I can familiarize myself with the controls, because looks like I don't have a lot of room to do this maneuver. Bugalaga, is it? Alright. So we got throttle, we got I need to just find the flaps right there. Oh! What happened? Where did the throttle go? Or the flaps go? Weird, okay. It's very strange. And I am very lost. The frame rate is very struggling. Okay, I think I still have time to do the maneuver. Okay, it was just loading in the terrain. Its frame rate has settled itself now. I don't have to worry about landing gear in this aircraft, which is always nice. Jesus. This is not gonna be good. This is not gonna be an okay landing. Coming in so fast. No, just, okay, that's close enough. No, we're gonna go around. We're just gonna go around. go around, do it again. 0 flaps. Oh wait, no, that's 100 flaps. Okay, I had my I had the flaps going the wrong way. Okay. Bring it around nice and easy. Worried. It's really hard to get to that flap switch. Okay, so here's the airport. I think I might be able to make an attempt on this run. Let's throttle all the way down. Not sure what the throttle's doing. I don't think I need to touch that, really. Flaps at 100. Which they should have already been, but I forgot to do that. Sit up a little bit. My speed seems okay. Wow, that's a big hill. How was that? It wasn't too bad. Give it another go now that I'm familiar with the airplane. Okay. The runway itself is right here, so I need to go to the right just a tad. Trim is also not doing it for me right now. That should be okay. This is a cool airplane, though. I like this. This feels like an expedition aircraft. It's like a bus. Oh, turned a little too sharp there. Just swinging around. Okay. A little Well, I was going to say I was a little higher than I want it to be, but I think I can make it work. Ah, I flared too much. Missed the target completely. Completely missed it. Let's give it one more go. Then we'll move on to Lukla and see if I can pull that one off. Yeah, so my elevation needs to be a little bit lower on that approach so I don't have to nose it down so much. So I'm parallel to it right now. I'm just going to follow the curvature of this mountain side right here. Not yet. Not quite. Now I can turn. I like this. I like this approach. Seems okay. Go ahead and bring this down to 0 without going into reverse. Oh boy.
500.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Stall.
Yeah, that's a stall. That's a crash. That is a crash. I'm surprised it didn't fail me there. That was rough. Oof, yeah. 1,980 points. Alright, let's try Lukla out. Which I think is somewhat similar to that one in terms of runway length and how perilous it is. I believe it's paved, though. Tenzing Hillary. High winds, cloud cover, no go around option. Oh, it is sloped, that's right. Sloped runway that ends unforgivingly at a large stone wall. You either make it or you don't. 10,000 feet. Okay. Should be quite a sight to behold. 75. That's a tough approach too, because you need to make sure when you swing it around that you're lined up properly. Wow. It's behind that wall of clouds there. That's really something. Yeah, you can see it right there on the radar. Ooh, okay. Not lined up right now. Nice icing effect. I like that. That's cool. Oh, it's getting worse. It's getting significantly worse. To the point where I can't really see the runway. I might be coming in a little bit hot. Oh boy. Oh dear. It's not the way you want to approach this. Not in the slightest.
500.
I'm going so fast. And everybody just got really sore necks. Let's do that one again. This time, I'll actually descend like I'm supposed to. Okay. It's looking a little bit better than the last one, which is always good. That would help. Being at full flaps would help quite a bit. Yeah, elevation's still a little too high on the approach. That wasn't awful. Not quite. If I'd gotten my elevation down a little bit, I probably would have hit the target there. But it's better. See if I can get that elevation down this time. I know I can. It's just hard because the windshield ice is over. So making those fine adjustments becomes a lot more difficult. comes the ice. Just float down. Okay. Got my hand on the brake. I actually came up short that time. That's tough. It's really tough. It's the ice that makes that as challenging as it is. I should give Paro a go at some point. That's a really crazy airport, airstrip, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that was fun. I think that's going to do it for this one. We forgot about strong wind. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with wind yet. I'll save that for another episode. I'm thinking that I should do a bush trip at some point here. These are very long, so if that ends up happening, it would likely be a multi-part thing. Yeah, this one is 7 hours. This one, I believe, is 9 hours. 9.5 hours. That one's just under 8. So yeah, I'd love to do one of these bush trips. Probably start with Nevada. And just make it like a 9-part series. Do like hour-long episodes. Something like that. Do like 2 or 3 legs per episode. Yeah, I think we'll do that. And of course, at some point, when I become familiar with the rest of these planes, we'll tackle the rest of these landing challenges. It's going to be a while, though. The more advanced ones are really intense in terms of the controls that they have. But we'll get there. Thanks for watching.